Morning, morning everybody. What we're going to look at today is something called substitution. Now, substitution is just swapping around letters and numbers. In other words, swapping around means to substitute something. So what we've got here is we've got A is equal to 2. So the letter A is allocated to the number 2. And also, every time we see a B, it really means 7. So the B is substituted for 7. So sometimes you won't see 2 plus 7. Instead, you'll see the sum A plus B. And you're told in this particular case that A is 2 and B is 7. Okay, so what we do, we just substitute or replace. We replace the A now with a 2 because we're told it's that, and add sign, and replace the B with a 7. And that will then give us an answer straightforward of 9. That works. Okay, in the same way, exactly the same thing happens if you're taking away. If we've got A minus B, when A is 2 and B is 7, we'll have a 2 here, we'll have a 7 here, and then we're going to take them away. And this time, careful here, to take away 7, look at the order, it's going to be minus 5. So check, sometimes it might be a positive answer, sometimes a negative. Check very carefully on the sum that you're doing. Okay, if you've got a number in front of the substitution letter, 3A. Now what that means, it doesn't mean 32, because you've got 3 and a 2 there, it doesn't mean 32, and it doesn't mean 3 and 2 again, which is 5, doesn't mean that at all. What the number in front of the letter means is actually multiply. That is the same as 3 times by A. Alright, so remember that. If you've got a number hard up against the letter, it means you multiply it. So the answer to that one there is going to be 3 times 2, so let's write that in there. So it's 3 times by 2, and that's going to give us an answer of 6. Okay, so that's multiplying together. Now in the same way, let's have a look at this one here. We've got 3 times A here, just the same as we've got before. So we'll have 3 times 2, so it's going to be 3 times 2, and I'll write this up here for quickness, and 4 times whatever B is. So 3 times 2 plus, and then we've got to add together 4 times 7. So 4 times 7 there. So working these ones out here, 3 2's then, 3 2's are 6, and then we can add together 4 7's, so 4 7's are 28. So you do sums like in a bid mass in that order there, so work out what 3 2's are, add 4 7's. Now you've got to add these two results together, so 6 plus 28 then gives us 34. So a couple of stages there. Remembering, 3A means 3 times A, 4B means 4 times B. Add the two results together you've got, and then that will give you your answer. One of the more complex ones there. Couple of more things. We've got A, B again. I'll tell you what I'm going to do for this board here, just to show so you don't always think that A is 2 and B is 7. I'm going to make up some numbers here. Let's pretend that A now is actually 4 and B is 5. So let's write them in the correct colours again. So B is 5 and A, let's write that piece out there. A is 4, let's write it in our colours, otherwise everyone's going to get confused, including me. So A is 4 and B is 5 now. So pretend it's a fresh question here. A can take different values, as can B. Now if you see A, B hard up next to each other, it doesn't mean 45. What it means is A times B. So A is going to be 4 and it means times by the 5, so times by the 5. We're really getting confused with my colours now. And that's A is 4 times 5, and that gives us an answer of 20. So remembering that here we've got like an invisible multiplying sign between the A and the B. In the same way, if you've got 5AB, what that means then is it means it's going to be 5 times by 4 times by the 5, the B5 is, isn't it? Yeah? So we'll put that in green then. So 5, remember all these are in a row here, remember no gaps, that means timesing, so 5 times 4 is 20, times that by 5, here's a grand total of 100. You might see something like b squared, okay, so b squared, actually that should actually be in black there, so b squared is going to be 5 squared, so 5 squared, remember if we're squaring a number that means 5 times 5, doesn't it, 5 squared, so not 10 because it's not 2 times 5, some people do that sometimes, so 5 times 5, that's what 5 squared means, and that gives us an answer of 25, so you might see that. And then what was I doing here? Oh, I'm going to be doing 3a squared. Let's do 3a squared. Talk about order first of all. What we've got to do first of all is we've got to do the squared bit first. So you can work out the squared bit. So a squared is going to be 4 squared, isn't it? To make sure that we do our 4 times 4. Get that bit out of the way first of all, and that gives us 60, doesn't it? And then afterwards you do multiply the whole lot by 60. Don't go doing 3 times 4 and then try to square that. Do the 4 times 4 bit first, and then you do 3 times 60. So in other words, you do that bit first there, and then you multiply it by 3. So it gives you 3 times 60, which gives you 48. Order is very important. So make sure, like big maths, you do the squared bit first, and then you multiply the whole lot by 3, making sure you do it in that order. And that, just do one other thing, quickly. Supposing I've got something like you might have it as a fraction, some people might see it, and it's over 2. Now that's the same thing as a divided by 2, you might see it like that. So if you ever see something like that, that would just simply be 4 divided by 2 equals 2. So hopefully that's covered everything you need to know about substitution when you've got positive numbers to substitute into.